Hey there, everybody. Happy Woden's Day. Woden, Odin, Thor. You know how much I love Thor. So happy Woden's Day, Earthlings, as my friend Susan would say. Hope all of you are doing really well. I've got two new creative journals to go into the shop today, but I did want to remind you of what's already in the Etsy shop. I have these notebooks that are a lot of fun, my friends. These are... if you go to the Etsy store and just click on the listing, you'll see the video that kind of describes them in full. That they're 4.5 by 8.25. They are like a traveler style notebook. They are string bound on the side. Lots of beautiful papers to inspire you. So whether you are writing, crafting, glue booking, art journaling, these are really handy little things to have. They are three for $18. Sorry, all handcrafted, all hand done, all hand sewn, all hand put together. I also have bookmarks at the Etsy store, y'all. These are 4 for $20, so that's like $5 that you might spend on a handmade, homemade, hand painted, hand drawn crafty bit for a friend. And when you think about this influx of pre-made items that are from other places and other countries and that kind of thing, please do consider your local crafter. Please do consider those folks who set up their wares at little craft sales and bazaars and things like that. Please, you may not purchase from me, but please keep in mind that there are a lot of us out there that are crafting with heart, and we love to create for our customers and for our friends and for our family. So please do keep us in mind during this holiday season. This is a 1 pound 10-ounce paper pack. Again, you can go to the Etsy store, and thank you so much for visiting and shopping and dropping by the Etsy store. It really, really helps me as far as the algorithms for that platform. It really, really, really helps when you guys just go over there and favorite an item or take a look at an item. It really does help my numbers. We're all kind of at the mercy of AI at the moment. And it is very inauthentic, and it's a thing. So we'll just leave it at that. These are pocket letters. These pocket letters are $15 each. I think I have 3 in the shop at the moment. You can always just kind of wrap them up, put a little bow around them, and they make a great gift for some of your crafty friends this time of year. All right, let's get started with our creative journals today. I've got Georgia 2. This pattern reminds me of paintings by Georgia O'Keeffe. I love Georgia O'Keeffe. I think that she had a very unique perspective. And this one is called Up, Up, and Away. Close your eyes. I'm going to take you in for a moment while we look at these creative journals. These are $45. They are completely handcrafted from food packaging. I think this was a box. Might have been a big box of cereal. Can we really call that thing a big box of cereal? Is that really a family-size box of cereal? Boy, it's a strange world out there in grocery land, my friends. Tell me about your adventures in grocery land, because it is stunning, to say the least. I've finished this with a beautiful selection of beads. I've got some sparkly beads in here. I just really did like the way that this bead strand came out. I believe this one is 4.5 inches thick. Of course, these, make us think about those Big Mama journals. This is, yes, 4.5 inches. I like the bamboo closure here. I think that was a lot of fun to put together. So let's just take a look. If you are, if you're crafting in floating spaces, a lot of us this time of year may be visiting friends, visiting family, visiting relatives. We may be taking care of a family member, or maybe that is our calling in life, to care for others, to be a nurse, to be a companion to those maybe who are unable to quite care for themselves. These are loaded with creative clusters as well as creative collections. Anytime you see a paperclip, that's going to point you to a fact that all of these things go together in some way, shape, or form. You know, might be color, might be size, might be shape, might be theme oriented. Of course, this is Christmas theme oriented. So we might be working in floating spaces. We may spend our time on a train, a bus, an airplane. We may be doing house sitting, and we can't take all of our supplies with us. As crafty people, we like to have things to craft with and to craft upon. A book like this really does lend itself really well to the Yuji kind of concept. So over the fall, and as the weather turns bleak and cold and snowy and rainy, we're entering the fall and winter. We do tend to sit on the sofa and, you know, kind of peruse the TV, maybe like more than we should. A book like this enhances your TV time. It makes TV time really creative. As you're watching your favorite shows or your favorite movies, you can flip through your book and find things to do. So you might want to do art trading cards, you might want to do clusters, you might want to do mixed media. And when you decide to do a piece, you have all of these nice blank pages you could do Gluebooking here. You could do writing. You could do a bit of watercolor. This paper, while it's not watercolor paper, I don't want to mislead you in any way. It's not watercolor paper, but just a hint of watercolor would probably be okay. You'll have to do your own experimenting with that. Markers, you know, just it's like a supplies testing zone where you can apply your markers or paints or whatever and see how it does on a page. If you have a not too great result, then cover it over with some collage, with some mixed media, with just take your elements and Gluebook with them. These books are meant to fire your creative energy. If you found yourself, and I'm including me in this, I have had a creative slump. I'm really grateful to Diane Anton Studios for helping me out of that slump. I've been doing watercolor now since April. However, I've fallen off the watercolor truck just because my work is really, really busy right now. I'm really grateful that I have watercolor to kind of back me up. I'm really glad that I have creative journals to create for you guys. I'm really happy that I'm able to practice my art and make pretty things that I hope you like. I really, really appreciate your support. You guys have been really incredible. I think that I have been making journals for, let's see, I think it's been about 6 years now. I started making these when my son was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis, and it was just a way to help him through a particularly rough time in his life. And I found the creation of books so intriguing, So wonderful. So engrossing. You can kind of just get completely lost in making these journals. I like Up and Away. Love the fabric because it has this pop of gold on it. I just think it's really a fun fabric to create with. All right, do you remember the song Up and Away? Up and Away in My Beautiful Balloon. You guys remember that, right? You have a beautiful page here. Remember, anytime you see the paper clip, it will usually be accompanied by a word that will help you create what's in the pocket. It will just give you like a journal prompt, right? And speaking of journal, you have plenty of room to journal right here. Plenty of room to write, draw, design, color. Really love the colors here. They turned out really nicely. There are bookmarks here. Of course, bookmark is so nice to collage. Speaking of collage, you have napkin elements and tissue paper elements in these books as well. I thought this was a funny prompt. You're back. In the interest of science, this is just a collection of little notepad papers that I found really intriguing. We are kind of in the Halloween-ish season, so I did put just a little bit of Halloween in here for you. The papers are cardstock papers, as well as magazine images, magazine pages, text pages, things like that. Anytime you see something that is packaged like this, it's again something to quickly create with. A lot of times we're not able to set aside an hour for creativity. I'm finding that a big challenge at the moment. Blessed to be working, blessed to be working. But you always like, I'd like to get up and have some coffee and grab some crafty things. This is a perfect book, y'all, to keep on your kitchen table if the kids are going to school and you have maybe you've gotten away from your crafting, maybe you've gotten away from your creativity, maybe your mojo is missing. This is a wonderful way to, I love this one, If Not Us, Who? It's a genuine old photograph of a theater troupe, and you can see the production in the background. I just love that. So if you've kind of lost your mojo's missing, this is a great way to rediscover it. It's also a really super cool way to make gifts for your friends and family over the holiday season. This says, Love This Life. We've got some coloring elements here. I have to send a big shout out to Leanne. She's always linked in the description box below. She blessed me with 4 big boxes of fodder, treasures, love, that I have just had a stupendously wonderful time with. Also, thanks, CJ, for all of the beautiful paper pads that you contributed to us. We really appreciate it. All that glitters. Just love the colors here. This is also a really great way to rediscover the things that you love. I'm 65, and having been through marriage, divorce, long-term relationship, kids, lots of careers, lots of work, lots of opportunities, and dealing with other people, it's like, I've totally forgotten what I like to do and what rings my bell and the colors that I like. I prefer things that make me happy. I think when we get to a certain age, we just sort of forget. We forget that I really used to like pink. And, then I got away from it. Or I like bright colors instead of muted tones. Or I like muted tones instead of bright colors. Thanks for hanging out with me, y'all. Put yourself on a little rediscovery of your likes, your craftiness, your mojo, your authentic artist identity. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for visiting this store. Thanks for favoriting items at the store. It really means so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. These will be in the Etsy store a little bit later on this afternoon. Thanks, y'all. See you soon. Bye.